Are you ready to revolutionize your approach to leadership? Today, we're diving into the art of setting powerful goals and fostering a culture of accountability that can elevate your role as a CEO to new heights. I'm Mark, and this is the Mr. Productivity Podcast, the podcast that's all about your productivity simplified and delivered weekly in bite-sized episodes. Now, before we get started, I have a question for you. Are you ready to elevate your work game, your productivity? Join us at The Productive Life, a free email newsletter delivered every Saturday, packed with insights to revamp your daily routine. We're a growing community committed to working smarter. Each week, I bring you no-nonsense tips to power through your task. Expect to learn how to exceed your goals, boost your daily hustle, and balance intense work with relaxing downtime. Time is precious, my friend, and my strategies are the key to achieving your dreams. Don't miss out on upgrading your productivity. Subscribe for free at MrProductivity.com. That's MISTER, MrProductivity.com, and transform every day into a win. Let's make greatness happen together. All right, let's get started. In this episode, I will unravel the art and science behind setting powerful goals and maintaining a strong sense of accountability. As leaders at the helm of our organizations, setting goals and holding ourselves and our teams accountable can make a tremendous difference in our success. Now, for CEOs and executives, goal setting isn't just about creating a to-do list for the company. It's about charting a strategic path that aligns with our vision, motivates our teams, and drives measurable growth. Similarly, accountability is more than just a buzzword. It's the glue that holds everything together, ensuring that we not only set ambitious targets, but also follow through to achieve them. In today's fast-paced business environment, these skills are not just desirable, but essential for driving success and creating a legacy of effective leadership. Throughout this episode, we'll explore these themes in depth, providing actionable insights and strategies to enhance your leadership skills. Whether you're a seasoned CEO or an aspiring executive, there's something in this episode for everyone looking to elevate their goal setting and accountability game. So let's get started. Now, as leaders, our goals are more than personal targets. They're the North Star for our entire organization. Effective goal setting at the executive level goes beyond personal achievements. It involves envisioning the company's future and carving out a path to get there. It's about understanding market trends, recognizing the potential of our teams, and aligning resources to capitalize on opportunities. When we set goals as CEOs, we're defining the direction of our company's future and journey. It's about making conscious choices for growth, innovation, and sustainability. The benefits of clear and strategic goal settings are manifold. Firstly, it gives a clear direction, not just to you, but to every employee in your organization. It's like setting the GPS for your corporate journey. Secondly, it serves as a powerful motivator. When your team sees a clear path to success and understands their role, engagement and productivity soar. Finally, goal setting enables effective benchmarking. By setting specific targets, you can measure progress in a meaningful way. This not only helps in keeping the team aligned, but also in making necessary course corrections. It's about precisely steering the ship, not just setting sail and hoping for the best. Hope is never a strategy. Setting goals as an executive is more than just stating your ambitions. It's about crafting goals that are both achievable and impactful. The first strategy is to be realistic. Your goals should stretch your abilities, but remain attainable. Secondly, ensure your goals are aligned with your company's broader objectives. Every goal should be a stepping stone towards the larger vision of your organization. And finally, breaking down these goals into smaller, actionable steps is vital. This way, they become more manageable and less overwhelming. Now, a useful tool in this process is something you've heard about probably for years. The SMART goal framework. SMART, S-M-A-R-T, stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Now, let's break this down. Specific goals have a clear definition. What exactly do you want to achieve? Measurable goals allow you to track progress and know when you've achieved them. Achievable goals are realistic and attainable. Relevant goals align with your business objectives, ensuring every effort contributes to the bigger picture. And time-bound goals have a deadline, creating a sense of urgency and focus. By applying this framework, you transform vague aspirations into concrete plans. An often overlooked aspect of goal setting is ensuring alignment with your company's vision and values. This alignment ensures that your goals are good for the short-term success and resonate with your organization's long-term aspirations. For example, if innovation is your company's core value, your goals should reflect initiatives that foster creativity and new developments. This alignment ensures that as you achieve your goals, you reinforce and embody the principles that define your company's identity. It's about harmonizing your leadership narrative with the corporate ethos. Now, if you're not familiar with the word ethos, I did you a favor. I did you a solid, and I looked up the definition. Ethos is the characteristic spirit of a culture, era, or community as manifested in its beliefs and aspirations. You're welcome. Now, let's switch over and talk about accountability as a leader. Accountability is the cornerstone of effective leadership, especially at the CEO level. It's about taking ownership of both successes and failures. For CEOs, accountability sets the tone for the entire organization. It creates a culture of trust and responsibility. When you as a leader hold yourself accountable, it encourages your team to do the same. This leads to higher performance, better decision-making, and a more engaged workforce. It's about leading by example. When the team sees their leader owning up to their responsibilities, they are inspired to mirror that behavior. To foster a culture of accountability, start by setting clear expectations. Everyone in your team should know what they are accountable for. Communication is key here. Regularly communicate your vision and how each team member's role contributes to it. Secondly, implement a system for tracking progress and results. This could be through regular meetings, reports, or performance metrics. But remember, accountability isn't just about tracking failures. It's also about recognizing and celebrating successes. Lastly, create an environment where feedback is welcomed and acted upon. Encourage open dialogue and let your team know that their input is valued. Now, for CEOs, self-accountability is vital. Start with regular self-reviews. Take time to reflect on your performance and how it aligns with the goals you've set. Ask yourself a couple key questions. Are you leading by example? And are you making decisions that align with your company's values? Another key aspect is seeking feedback. Don't wait for annual reviews. Actively seek feedback from peers, mentors, and even your team. This feedback can provide invaluable insights into areas where you excel and need improvement. Remember, self-accountability isn't about being harsh on yourself. It's about being honest and committed to continuous growth. Now, here's how I hold myself as Mr. Productivity. Here's how I hold myself accountable. Number one, I journal daily. I journal in the morning when I wake up and right before I go to bed. I always write my long-term goals in the morning. Every day, I date the page and then I write my long-term goals. At the end of the day, I will write down my wins, both the big wins and the small wins. And anything else on my heart, especially if I'm experiencing loss in some way, I will write that down as well. Writing that down in my journal, not typing on a keyboard, writing down on the journal, the notebook I use, helps me gain clarity. Now, for my daily targets, I use a system called the Monk analog system. That's UGMONK analog system. And this is a really clever system. It's like a really fancy notebook card, index card rather, and you can write down all the things you want to do on a particular day. I generally write between 3 and 5 targets for the day. Basically, it's 3. I try not to go more than 5 because these are things that are needle moving for me. I also communicate with my wife and business partner and also an accountability partner for me. I share my journal, what I write, when social media. Now, not the personal stuff, but if I want to be held accountable by social media, what I call social accountability, I will share it in a post or a video for social media. You don't keep it inside, you share it with the world. I do have an accountability partner other than my wife. He's in the same industry as I am, and we bounce ideas back and forth. And if we're doing something and the other person goes, why are they doing that? We call it out, and we've made course corrections as a result of the accountability calls. My clients are also my accountability partners as well. So I'm always surveying my clients. Hey, what did you like? What didn't you like? Please be brutally honest with me. That's how I get better and better. So that's how I hold myself accountable. Everybody needs to have goals. You need to write your goals down every day, and you need to have some form of accountability. And I would even argue you need to have multiple forms of accountability, as I shared with you on how I hold myself accountable. So a couple key takeaways for this episode: understanding that effective goal setting is crucial for CEOs as it shapes the direction and future of the entire organization, not just personal achievement. Utilizing the SMART framework: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound to transform broad aspirations into concrete, actionable plans. The necessity of aligning goals with the company's broader vision and values to ensure that achievements contribute to long-term organizational success. Recognizing that accountability, particularly at the executive level, sets a precedent for the entire organization, fostering a culture of trust, responsibility, and high performance. Implementing strategies to build an accountability culture, including setting clear expectations, tracking progress, recognizing successes, and encouraging open feedback. And finally, emphasizing the importance of self-accountability for CEOs through regular self-reviews and actively seeking feedback for personal and professional development. Now, my challenge for you as a listener of the Mr. Productivity Podcast, or any podcast for that matter, or even audiobooks, is don't be a passive listener. I want you to apply these strategies in your day-to-day roles. But avoid the temptation to implement too many strategies at once, because that causes overwhelm and you'll quit. So pick out one thing that I talked about in the show today that either you're not doing or not doing consistently. Implement that in your life and then come back and pick out another strategy. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe, rate, and review the show. That helps other people find this show so I can help them as I helped you. And finally, don't forget to head on over to MrProductivity.com, MISTER, MrProductivity.com. There you can sign up for the Productive Life weekly email newsletter. You can read my blog. You can find out about my coaching, my Productive Life community. Everything you want to know about me is at MrProductivity.com. Thank you so much for your time and attention for listening to this episode of the Mr. Productivity Podcast. I'll be back real soon with a brand new episode. Until then, stay productive and stay positive.